We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. And here he is in the flesh, Terrence Bud Crawford. And he'll be up against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
And here he is in the flesh, Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Saul Canelo Alvarez, a four-division, multi-time world champion, quite simply one of the greatest of all time.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed three-division world champion and two-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a four-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad?
All right.
I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Lands the jab. Couldn't land that jab. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught halfway through the round. And man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven. Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Just misses with that uppercut. Good counter punching. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
All right, now you're switching off. Get your mind back, get your focus back, get the jab back. Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just give them anything. All right? Go back out there and win this round. Only lost one round.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking. You were smart.
On to the second round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Nope, that hook won't score. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Hold that thought! Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice counter punch right up the middle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
You don't want to lose it. Great round. Great round. Now relax. Don't be looking in.
Just go back out there and get behind the basics. Get your jab back.
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man. Just the same again.
And there's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can't find a home for that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The right hook just missed. When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. He just misses with that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. The straight right just misses. Both men step back for just a moment. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Jab slick. Just keep.
Okay, focus. Big, deep breaths.
And just stick a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you out.
Listen, you switched off. What are you doing? I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round.
On to the fourth we go. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
And he scores with the counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Catch and shoot. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Straight right just misses. Missing with the hook. Beautiful counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Let him back into the fight. You're much...
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Just keep them on the other.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there. Vary up a little bit. We can't figure it out.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. Have you got complacent? The fight's not...
Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Punch, counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Beautiful counter punch. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
No rest for the weary. The jab doesn't quite connect. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The pound for pound king, Canelo is down. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
To make or break a fighter.
Still landing your power shots. Good work.
Don't buddy, what are you doing? Come on, switch on, switch on.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe.
And there's the bell to start round 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
You've completely switched up.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good.
Come on, you let him back into the fight. You're much better than that guy.
Great round, great round. Now relax. Good work there. The jabs are working nice.
Round 7, here we go. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
These two were made for each other. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Nice counter. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
They exchange punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That big hook doesn't land. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
What are you doing? You've switched up completely.
work. That's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get...
You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better.
Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab is slick. Just the same again. Don't change too much yet.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He got caught with the right, got caught clean. A lot of effort being exerted here. This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice counter shot. Digging into the ribcage now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
I need you to go back out there. I need you to win.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
Mate, what are you doing? Come on, switch on.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The right hook misses. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweights.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Crawford in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Nice round, good round. I like that. I'm happy.
And there's the bell for round 10. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, If it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. That counterpunch caught him clean. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? There has been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Couldn't land that jab. Hook misses. The stamina is off the charts. Those counter punches have to hurt. Talk about Crawford in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
He's starting to make...
Good work. Now that's it. Now breathe. Just get your breath back. Good.
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching up.
That's start 11. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Threw the uppercut, but did not score. They threw the hook. It didn't land. So close with that uppercut. That counter shot lands. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
I don't want you to load up. Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp.
Take him out. Look, he's ready to go. He's gone already. Just...
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? That hook just can't find the target. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
A perfect counter shot. That left hook missed. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.